Okay, so thank you all for joining me. I suppose the first question is why are you guys here? Um, so what, why are we here, and what was your involvement in the project? So starting with Teddy, what is the project, and what was your role within it?
Well, the project is Moms the Musical, and my involvement was co-book writer along with Kelly. We co-wrote the book together, and it is a musical about two moms who go through a very kind of very interesting journey together, and we have our trio of moms also who help tell the story. So it's I'll let other people talk about it, obviously, but it's it's a story that celebrates motherhood and women and friendship and love. That's the way I'll put it.
Oh.
Briefly.
So, Laura, what was your involvement within the show?
So I am one of the moms in the Mommy and Me group chat. So I play Renata, and she just recently had a son, so she gets to tell her adventures through some of the group chat. And she's just one of those. She's one of those people that knows what they're doing and feels confident, but is always there for everybody else. She's always there to give you a hug.
Oh. And Kelly, we heard a little bit, but what was your involvement in the show?
Me, so I was the composer of the music and the lyrics, as well as the co-book writer, and I also had the first and last chance to play Justine in the demo recording. I will probably not be playing it again, but it was a really great time. So,
And Gwen?
I played the role of Doreen and Joan. Doreen is the lovely, lovely mother-in-law, and Joan is Justine's mom. So it was really a nice way to look at the question of motherhood today versus motherhood then. What are the differences? It was great.
Oh.
So much fun.
Okay. And Delaney?
I play Mia, who is this bubbly new mom who all she really wants is a friend, and kind of worms her way into the hearts of Justine and all the other moms.
Oh, okie doke. And Caitlin?
I play Jade, and she is another one of the moms in the mom group chat. We're kind of like, Kelly kind of told us when we were learning about this, we're kind of like the Greek chorus kind of thing, but we're a little bit more involved. Jade is kind of the cheerleader mom. She just wants everybody to succeed, and that kind of comes from her background, and she really wants to be there for everybody and just wants everybody to do the best that they can.
Okie doke. And Carly?
Hi, so I'm Carly, and I was playing Brittany. And Brittany is a mom who doesn't know at all what she's doing, very opposite of Renata. And it's her first time being a mom, and she's used to really everything being handed down to her. And now it's like, I have a responsibility. I have to do things. It's always like, panic button, like instantly. So, but she means well, she wants to connect the group, but also because I think she needs the group. She definitely needs them. She really counts on their support. And it's just such a joy playing Brittany. It's so funny.
I think that obviously that's particularly important right now with everyone being on their own. Having a group is obviously really essential. So for Teddy and Kelly, could you do a brief overview of the story between you guys and what happens, obviously without giving anything away, but kind of what the story is?
Sure. So there are two moms, Justine and Mia. Justine is a powerhouse, overachieving working mom who really hasn't been able to connect with her role as a mother yet, or really with her baby. And Mia is the total opposite. She is a bubbly, outgoing, over the top, larger than life mom who really wants to be Justine's friend. And they happen to meet because they live next door to one another. And basically what ends up happening is Justine is fired from her job. So she ends up kind of being forced into this role of mother. And she has to navigate that journey of what it means to lose your self-identity and redefine yourself as a woman and as a mother when you step into that role. The show is kind of a laser beam focus. It really looks at a very select time period in a mother's life, which is that first step of becoming a mom and having a newborn and an infant, and really that jolt to your system and jolt to your life where you are thrown upside down and you have to figure out who you are while you're trying to survive and take care of a baby and have that baby survive. So the show really does focus in on that, and it also has, as everyone has said, these moms in the mom group chat, as well as Justine's mother-in-law and some sort of ghosts and apparitions of the other mothers. Yeah, Justine's mother and sort of mothers from the past. But it's mostly a show about finding friendship and support during a time when you really need it the most. And I think it definitely, there are some other journeys that happen within the show. Both Justine and Mia are married, so it looks a lot at their marriages and how having children affects those marriages. And I think that both characters really start out one way, and they're Justine is not very likable at the beginning of the show. Mia's too annoying to be likable, but they grow throughout the show to a point where they really change and grow because of each other. So I think that's really what the show is about.
So Teddy, could you talk a little bit about what the journey was like coming up with a new show and how it's grown? What was that journey like for this show in particular?
Absolutely. Well, Kelly and I have had a romance of our own over the past, over the past like 20 years. We met in middle school, we just have collaborated on multiple shows together, and we just have this really wonderful magic that happens when we work together creatively. And it was late spring, early summer, and Kelly, had this idea about writing a show about motherhood, and that was kind of the initial just idea, and we played around a lot with the moms and the story and the characters, but I will say what really got me was we had lots of conversations, but Kelly sent me the first, it was just her at the piano just singing the opening song, The Miracle of Life. And I was walking my dog and I got it. I listened to it, and something just like clicked in me. I was like, this is something, this is gold. There was another moment, Kelly, the song Sparkling in the show, which is one of our favorites. It actually, she wrote it as a monologue, and sent me the monologue, just like, And then I just thought the words were brilliant, and then she turned it into a song. So, which, you know, is just, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have a relationship with Kelly as best friends, but also in a professional sense. And I don't think that comes along a lot. I think I feel very lucky for that. And yeah, the show just really evolved in ways that I don't even think we really foresaw. Just kind of brainstorming session after brainstorming session, and how do these characters relate, and how can we move these people around, you know, in the course of the arc of the story. And we got really lucky that because we work the way we do together, that it just fell into place. And yeah, that was magic to me.
So from going from this small idea, then I suppose this one's more for the cast. Why and how did you guys get involved? So starting with Laura, how did you hear about the project, and why did you want to get involved?
So I've known Kelly for a while. We actually did Legally Blonde together years ago. And so we're Facebook friends. And so as I'm just sitting at home during the pandemic, I'm just kind of flipping through, and she had posted a big casting notice. And, you know, I sent them a message saying, oh my God, this is great. You're doing this again. And she was like, please apply. So I was like, okay, why not? I wasn't doing anything else. I'm an actor in New York City, and New York is pretty much shut down for actors. So I was lucky enough that Teddy and Kelly put together this show near me. And yeah, I applied, and she said, come along, let's have some fun. So here we go.
So Gwen, what is it about this show that really got you interested? Why did you get involved?
Teddy. Teddy is a very, very dear friend of mine, and we actually went to school together for theater, which is terrifying in and of itself. But it was an amazing experience. And through Teddy, he introduced me to Kelly, and they asked me if I would like to be involved in this project. And at the time I was doing the complete works of William Shakespeare, abridged, revised, and we kind of had to slow production due to the pandemic. So to be able to create something with friends in a time like this, there was no way I was going to say no. So it was so exciting to be able to do something so creative, and for them to ask me to be a part of it. So happy, grateful.
And Delaney, how did you get involved? How did you hear about the project?
So I didn't know Kelly or Teddy before any of this. I actually found the posting on Backstage because I had just graduated school for theater and was back at home because of the pandemic, and was kind of looking for a creative outlet. And thankfully I found it and got super excited because I was like, Mia kind of she sounds a little bit like Penny Pingleton, and I really miss that, and I just really want to be positive right now. And so sure enough, I sent it in and heard back, and I'm so grateful for that.
And Caitlin, why did you get involved? How did you end up working on this project?
Kelly and I actually went to grad school together at Northeastern. Her and I were kind of two peas in a pod. We were the two that just stuck together and got each other through it all. And, you know, life and kids and marriage and everything we drifted apart for a bit. But then I saw her post about this, and I have been dying to get back and do some sort of anything, because, you know, the pandemic has shut down so many things and has forced us all to try to figure out how to live creatively in a different way. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, here we go. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. And, you know, going in just to see, you know, what could happen. Didn't expect anything. And then all of a sudden I get the, you've been cast email. And I was like, okay, here we go, along for the ride.
And Carly, how did you end up hearing about the project and getting involved?
Yeah, for sure. So where do I start with this? So I've been doing mostly opera in the Boston area for 6 years now. And musical theater has always been like a really amazing place in my heart because it's where I started my vocal training and theater training. And I graduated from the Longy School of Music in May with a degree in vocal performance. And during the pandemic and a little before that, I was like, I am itching to do musical theater. Like, I want to graduate and I really want to do musical theater, but how, where, who? Then everything shut down. And I was like, oh, well, okay, there goes that. So, and I was a little like disencouraged almost. Like, I don't know how this will go. And then I'm a member of Boston Singers Resource, and the audition notice came through there. And I was like, what a cool idea. What a great project. I love everything about the innovativeness that Kelly and Teddy have put together. And I just loved how we were looking at performing and artistry through different ways of reaching people. And I immediately was like, musical theater, innovation, yes, let's do it. So I sent in my recordings and I got great feedback. And when I found out I was cast, I was just elated. I was so excited. And it's been a great, really great project to work on with these folks. I'm really, really blessed.
Staying with you, Carly, do you think, did you find more joy in taking on a new role in a new musical? Because you're not confined by what other people have done before. You can use your own inspiration. How was that process for you, doing your own unique, never seen before character?
Are you asking for me?
Yes, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if that's okay. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Sometimes you clip in and out a little bit, and I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So your question, I'm just going to paraphrase it back to you, is how has it been like to build this new character?
Yeah.
Great. It's been so fun. I relate a lot to Brittany, but there's also a great opposite with her and I. I'm very much an academic. I'm very I'm very structured in that way. And Brittany's just kind of like, oh my God, like whatever, she's a little more, girly girl, a little, popular girl-esque, and I've never been that. But what I do relate with her on, and it's fun to take on that character. Like, it's fun to be the person that I'm not. But it's also really fun to transform into her, because she is always something that like I've seen in like other women, and I get to take that on, which is fun, and create something totally new. Like, okay, so what if I had $1 million in my budget? I had everything handed to me, and I love doing the deconstruction and the work from wonder, I guess you could say. Like, I wonder what life would be like in this, and sharing that development of characters with my fellow colleagues is just crazy fun. And while also finding the parts that we relate. I think it's just such a fun piece of work to go really deep.
So Caitlin, why should people come to listen to Mums the Musical? What is it? What will they leave feeling? What will they experience? Why should they listen?
There are so many different pieces to this show. There's, a lot of humor in there, but there's a lot of real life. And I think that a lot of things that people are seeing right now are, maybe based on real life, but motherhood is the ultimate real life. It doesn't get any realer than that. So you laugh, you cry, you feel for these characters, and you understand them, which I think is a huge thing. Is all of these characters, someone who is that person, or a couple of people that maybe could take little bits of each character and become that person. The music is fantastic. It's a lot of fun, and I think that people could benefit from watching it in their own personal life.
Fantastic. So throwing it back to Teddy and Kelly now for the final question, where can people stay up to date? How can they follow the rest of the journey?
Yeah, so the best place to find us is probably on Instagram. You can find us at Surette and Hall Musicals, Surette and Hall, Hall musicals, or at moms.themusical. We have 2 different Instagram handles. You can also follow our website. We're at www.saretandhall.com/moms-the-musical. So you can find it there. You can also catch up with us on Facebook. We're on there. All that stuff. So, sorry.
I'll put all the links into the description of the video for people to stay up to date.
Awesome.
To end, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's available on SoundCloud, so people can follow the link from your website
for free, the whole show.
Yeah. Excellent. So thank you very much, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.